Hi, Tiffany from Life of Lee's here. Same day for me as my last video, but probably a different day for you. So today I'm going to go through and show you my freshman daughter's curriculum that she'll be using for this year. Do keep in mind that she is dyslexic, so it is a lot lighter than like her sister's was for her freshman year or her sister's junior year. Definitely lighter, because the goal is not to rush them along or to win any race, but to just teach them well. So I'm going to try to get through it quickly about how I created my own health curriculum for my daughters. And so I'm going to show you really quick what I will be using for that. First of all, we have National Geographic's In the Womb collection. So volumes 1 and 2, there are 4 discs. And so this covers in the womb animals, in the womb multiples, and in the womb identical twins. Now my kids will definitely watch in the womb animals because they will enjoy it, but as far as for the curriculum, we do not use that disc because we are talking about human reproduction, development, that kind of thing. So they watch these videos per the outline I have. So they might watch like the first video, then read this book, and then the next video, etc., etc. And then also they'll be watching from PBS, 9 Months That Made You. But both of these I have obviously watched through their entirety more than once and highly recommend. They also will be reading some, not these complete books. I took bits and pieces out and told them what pages I wanted them to read. So we have Spiritual Midwifery by Ina May Gaskin. I definitely recommend all of Ina May's books to any woman out there. Very informative, amazing. So my daughter will be reading some of this. Planning Your Pregnancy and Birth, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. So there will be some information from this book that she'll be reading. And this might seem like an odd choice, but there's some really good info in here that I'm using. And part of why I'm using these books is because all these books were already in my collection. I'm fascinated by conception and labor and all of that, and do my own research. So I have like 20 books and college textbooks and all that stuff, so I just grabbed from my collection and looked for the information within them that I thought would be useful for my children in some shape or form of their education. So Before Your Pregnancy, a 90-day guide for couples on how to prepare for a healthy conception. And the reason why I chose some information from this is because I found that a lot of grown women don't understand how conception works, like at all. It's crazy. So anyways, this has some great information in it. Okay, and so then I have this little, I just put together a little loose binder of the work. And so you'll see that like the first thing she does is she watches PBS and 9 Months That Made You Part 1. And I have like fill in the blanks, and then I have, you know, more of like essay type questions. So like number 7, how or why do identical twins occur? And so she would explain that. Or number 14, A, what is situs inversus? B, why do most people born with this have heart issues? And so she would explain that. And so I have those kind of questions for worksheets for each of the videos, each parts of the videos that they'll be watching. And for the reading, I have the pages that I'd want them to read, and then I also for each book. So for like this book and this book and this book, when they're done reading the things that I wanted to read, then when they're done with that section of reading and they've watched the videos prior to it, they would then have an essay that they're supposed to write. And that essay will also require them to do some research of their own on top of what they've learned from the videos and books. So anyways, like I said, my oldest did it last year and she really enjoyed it and she really learned a lot. And when they're watching the videos, a lot of times my younger kids come in and watch too because they find it fascinating as well. If you watched my last video on my curriculum for my high school junior, you would see that she still practices cursive, and so does my freshman. They will practice cursive until the day they die. No, okay. until they're done with homeschooling the poor kids. But anyway, so same thing for her. I just have a little notebook with quotes that are written in print or typed in print, and then they will write it in cursive. And let's see. Okay, so for my freshman, she will be doing American History by James P. Stobaugh. My oldest did this last year. So here is the student book and the teacher book. And then I just put spiral bound the exams for it. So there's work within the book, and then I had to type up. So I typed up her exams. So chapter 1 exam A: in what ways was the cause of the gospel hindered or helped by the French and Spanish explorers, etc. You get the idea. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm missing something, I think. Nope, there it is. Okay, so here's my freshman daughter's binder. She's doing several things online. So she also, like my oldest, does Spanish and typing online, and then she'll be doing cursive as well. And for her, it's a little bit different. I want her to do Spanish, typing, and cursive 3 times a week because I feel like she needs a little more help with that. And for her, I also put a note that for her Spanish, she would do at least 30 minutes, typing at least 15 minutes, and cursive at least 1 page. Because again, with her dyslexia, if you know anything about dyslexia, there are different types of dyslexia, but it often affects more than just like turning letters and numbers backwards and forwards when you're writing and that kind of thing. It affects like your train of thought and etc., etc. So she needs a little more reminders. So again, it's just a simple spreadsheet. It says like week 1 and has spots where she can mark off that she accomplished each of those. And I have that for the full year. And then I just have little pages like for her. She'll be doing oceanography, chemical, physical, and geological. And she'll be doing that through Easy Peasy online. And so I just have a little page for her to put all of her work in there for that. She will also be doing English, literature, and composition through Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool Online. So we have a spot for that. And then within that, she would need a vocabulary notebook.
This can be a top holder for pencils.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, she needs a vocabulary notebook to go along with that. I have a spot for her American history, her health education, her typing, her Spanish. So she could put anything that she does that she needs a copy of or whatever, she can just put right in here and I can easily see it, go through, grade it. I can find things easily. We've done this in many different ways. Like last year we did like notebooks for every subject. I hated it. Okay, I do not want to do that again. I prefer loose leaf paper in binders.
So more have more pencils.
Thanks. Thank you. Love you. Okay, can you leave mommy for 5 minutes so I can finish this?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You can draw whatever you want to.
Okay. Okay, so moving on, my daughter chose a couple of electives, and the one is Exploring the World of Astronomy. This is by John Hudson Tinner, and we have used a few over the years of these books from Master Books. Yeah, that's what it is. I had to think about it for a second. Sadly, I don't have all of my master books because when we left Alaska, we lived on a remote island in Alaska. You know, it's very expensive to move things from Alaska to Texas where we currently are. So a lot of things like we gave away and that kind of stuff. So I had some amazing master books that I loved, and I'll probably replace them if I have new children that will be interested in those same subjects. But so she's gonna do the World of Astronomy. I just really, really love master books. I really do. And she will also be doing Exploring the World of Mathematics. Now, maybe that's like surprising to some because I feel like it's kind of surprising to me with her being dyslexic, but she loves math. Like, she loves it, and I think it's because like to her it's one of the easier things for her to do, or she feels like she's better at it than, because her biggest struggle is like reading and like comprehension, writing, all of the things that go along with that. It's like really a struggle for her. And not that she doesn't ever turn her numbers around, because she totally does, but she's still just, she excels easier in math, and so she loves math, and so she really wanted to do this. We were at Homeschool convention and she saw this and she just begged me for it, and so she'll be doing Exploring the World of Mathematics. Let's see, and I have, you know, Exploring the World of Astronomy, Exploring the World of Mathematics, all the other things she would need in this binder for her. And on top of, so like I said, she's doing her language arts through Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool. But I also picked some books for her to read that she thought would be really interesting. And they're just a small set of books. Like I said, keep in mind she is dyslexic and she does really struggle. And when I started homeschooling her, she was in 4th grade, I believe. And at that time, she could barely write. She could barely read. It was horrible. And now, I mean, she's like grown so much. I mean, she can read just fine. She really is doing great with her writing. I mean, she has just blossomed. But she's still definitely like behind, I would say. Like, I would say that if you compared her to most 14-year-olds, because she's getting ready to turn 14 here soon, she probably can't read with the level of comprehension as strongly. She can't write quite as well. So anyways, so we might see this and think, well, that's kind of behind her grade level. But for her, it's great because she needs to feel proud of herself. And so I don't want to push her too hard to where she's going through a book that she's just really struggling to read and understand and just putting her down. No, I want her to feel great about herself. And so I don't want her, you know, doing kindergarten work. I'm going to make it as easy on her as I can while still kind of feeling like she's in the right place. So she's going to read this set by Lois Lowry. So we have The Giver, Gathering Blue, Messenger, and Sun. And she is so excited about reading them. She's just really, really thrilled to be reading this set. She's already started reading some of The Giver. She's very into it. So that's great. I couldn't ask for more. And this is a very small set. And of course, there'll be reading that will be included with her language arts that she's doing online. But this will be some additional reading for her because it's also really important that she practices like her reading and comprehension. And so along with that, she will be doing a book report for each book when she's finished with it. And I don't ask a whole lot, you know, a page even, one page, just tell me what the book's about, just so that I know that she's comprehended the gist of what it's about. And if she finishes these, then before the school year is up, which I really think she will because it's not that much, then we'll pick some more books for her to read. Oh, and then I'll show you, because her planner's the same as her sister's if you watched the last video, but this is hers that she made. So she just drew that, and she loves monkeys, and so she put some cute little monkeys on the back. But other than that, it's the same. It's got the monthly and the weekly page with stuff penciled in. So yeah, that is it for my high school freshman with dyslexia. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.